Despite being goofy, this is a really unique film. It's a Dracula sequel, not a remake, not a rewrite. It literally picks up where Bram Stoker's book ended. Made in 1936, it's intended to succeed Browning's version with Lugosi.
Listen to them. Children of the night. What music they make.
Which also makes it one of the oldest horror sequels in cinema. For that first half of the 20th century, they didn't generally number these films. I guess they were too classy for that. Whatever. Instead, they'd just add something like Return of, or Revenge of, or maybe even Son of. But Daughter? That's unusual. And that could be said of this whole movie in general.
Please don't come any closer.
After Dracula's death, the Popo charged Van Helsing with the murder, assuming he's insane. No one had trouble buying it in the first film. Anyway, at the same time, the Countess Zaleska, a bride of Dracula basically, arrives in London with her minion Lump, rejoicing at the Count's death. She thinks she'll become human again.
Dracula's destroyed. His body's in ashes. The spell is broken.
But she doesn't. So, she blackmails a psychiatrist, Jeffrey Garth, who claims he can cure addictions. It's actually pretty interesting how they contrast vampirism to drinking or drug use. Her MO is putting on a burqa and staring at people. She doesn't like it, but once she starts zoning out, you know something weird is going to happen. So, Jeffrey and the exonerated Van Helsing track her down. There's a lot of vampire firsts in this film, amongst them the self-aware undead. She's more like the mother of metrosexuality. But it's a sequel that has a few very simple blunders I'll prepare you for. Firstly,
Chelsea? Well, what on earth are you doing in Chelsea at this time of night?
Running down a vampire.
Vampires, oh my... Are you drunk?
Not likely.
see? People drunk dialed in the 30s too! In fact, people spend more time on the phone in this movie than your 16-year-old sister. I counted. There's 7 filmed phone calls. For a 71-minute film, that's a lot. Like every 10 minutes. Secondly,
The night is here.
Why are you looking at me that way?
I'm remembering last night. And waiting.
the goings-on at the Countess's house are, at best, unclear. Man, she is one freaky motherfucker. She attacks a girl who the doctors find in a trance. So, Jeffrey brings her out.
Don't be afraid.
No, please, let me alone.
And then they fucking hypnotize her again. Ow, Jesus. Poor thing. Finally, the end is really bad. The hero gives up and then gets lucky that Lump is all butthurt at the Countess. It lends itself more toward a noir climax. Universal must have known this whole Dracula sequel was a weird way to go. They even tell you who suggested it in the credits. Don't blame us, it was Mr. Jeffrey's idea. Oh. Now, that's timeless.
I knew I should have turned off my telephone last night.
Alright, to be fair, his name isn't actually Lump.
Why was it necessary to lie?
I'm sorry, but it's just so appropriate.